All right, Notre Dame and Arkansas. We've got Notre Dame 5.5-point road favorites, 64 the total. Notre Dame defense still not very good. I mean, even though their offense obviously was tremendous,
Yeah.
Purdue still has a lot of problems on defense. We've seen that. Credit, though, to C.J. Carr, Jeremiah Love, Jadarian Price. The run game was just lethal. It was just up and down the field. They were carved up that Purdue run defense. Carr played a really good game, made the plays in the passing game when he had to. They were scoring at will. And Notre Dame with a much-needed victory after starting the season 0-2 to get that win against Purdue last week in blowout fashion. But this is not an easy spot now for Notre Dame coming off that 56-30 victory, because now you got to go on the road, Fayetteville, an early start game at noon Eastern against another very dynamic and explosive offense with Arkansas. And Taylon Green's played very well so far this season. Not as good against Memphis. He did have 2 interceptions, in that game that proved to be costly. But and they lose that game to the Tigers 32-31 after having a pretty decent lead in that game. The defense continues to be a problem for Arkansas as well. They gave up 41 to Trinidad, Chambliss, and Ole Miss. They give up 31 points in the loss to Brendan Lewis and Memphis last week. They can't cover down the field. Their run defense has been spotty. So there's a lot of defensive issues with Arkansas, but you can turn around and say the same damn thing about Notre Dame. And Notre Dame did not solve their defensive issues against Purdue, in my opinion, because, Ryan Brown was moving the ball pretty well at times in that game. If he didn't turn it over as much, they probably could have scored more than the 30 points, that they got in that game. So, the Arkansas offense, it's been very good on the ground. They're averaging, 6.6 yards per carry, 227.8 per game on the ground. The run defense, the run defense has been better for Notre Dame. It's the pass defense that's been worse. But we have seen Taylon Green get a little bit more efficient throwing the ball, and Arkansas should be able at home here to score points, because you look at Notre Dame against Carson Beck, they gave up 27, they gave up 41 to Texas A&M, and Marcel Reed, they give up 30 to Purdue. There's still a lot of issues, a lot of problems with Notre Dame on defense. You could probably say the same thing about Arkansas. But this is one of those games where certainly I already bet it, the over 64 with the total here. I think it's a high-scoring game. I don't trust either of these defenses. And in a game like this where you don't trust either defense, if you're going to bet a side, I'd rather take the points than lay it with a bad. I don't lay points with bad defenses. And both of these teams have bad defenses. So if I had to bet a side, I would take Arkansas here, plus 5.5. I think they're in this game, and maybe even have a chance to win outright. Notre Dame, I am not ready to lay 5.5 with them in this spot. I know Arkansas is off that, crushing loss to Memphis. It's, more rumblings about Sam Pittman's job security are out there. But remember, Arkansas was moving the ball against Memphis. They got a couple of turnovers, really flipped the game in Memphis's favor. I don't trust this Notre Dame defense to get stops on the road. Don't really trust Arkansas's defense either, but I like over, especially in this game, 64. But if I'm betting aside, could only take the points here with the Razorbacks. What do you think here, C-Mac, Notre Dame, Arkansas?
Yeah, Arkansas, I mean, hats off to Memphis, which I had the over in Memphis. I thought the defense played better. They got some turnovers. Arkansas only 3 points in that whole second half, which was really, really big.
Memphis does have a better defense. It's worth noting. Their defense, Memphis, is better this year.
And they look better in the second half after kind of getting just their ass drilled there early. Green, the couple picks that he had, he's still problems there. One thing you got, like, which what I saw with Memphis, they just started running the ball. They're just running it down Arkansas's throat. I mean, I think they almost had 300 yards in that game. And then they had the long run, that touchdown, basically, to win it. So, yeah, Notre Dame, it was more of it. The defense is just not there right now. So they should have no problem scoring here on Arkansas. I mean, even with this number, it's kind of like, yeah, how does it not go over? Yeah, I mean, we talk about basketball. It's a little different. I want a team that scores as a baby that can cover. In football, yeah, if you have a bad defense and you're laying points on the road, like, no way. That means you just got to outscore them. And look, they did that this week, but at home against Purdue when they needed. So, but I think this line is pretty sharp, though. Like, I was hoping for more than a touchdown at home here with Arkansas. We're not getting it. But But that's the way I'd be here. Arkansas or nothing in this game.
Well, if you got Purdue early like I did, they didn't cover Notre Dame. That's part of it too. Why you're not getting a bargain to fade Notre Dame here, because I got 26.5 and won by the hook with Purdue last week.
It went down to 24.
It went down to 24 after that. But if you bet it late, if you bet Notre Dame late, you would have won because it had closed around 24.5. But I got on it early, and that got me is what got me the win in the end. But still, I mean, they are. If you got Purdue early, that means Notre Dame has yet to cover a number this year, as far as the opening line is concerned. So, like I said, it's just, and the defense is to blame. This has been such a huge decline so far this season from the Notre Dame defense, and that's part of the reason why they've been struggling, especially against the number. So, yeah, I could only look at Arkansas here. Taking points at home against a very leaky defense, even though Arkansas's defense is also very problematic. So over, though, is as you can tell, over is my
bad. They're bad, Arkansas. I mean, the linebackers are like, all right, the secondary looks tough, and then they just ran it like I was talking about Memphis did, especially late.